Well, good day, folks, and welcome to a special breaking live edition of Lumberjack Logic. So, by now, some of you have heard, and we've been chatting, trying to get a few more people on. Please do smash that like and chat in with where you are from. It will really help to get this stream out. A lot of people are going to be really upset about this decision. I'm upset about the decision. I'm not upset about the long-term implications of this yet, because I don't believe this decision will stand. Just so you know, there is already a stay on this decision. The appeal has been filed. There's already a stay. Stay was issued immediately, okay? So, they're saying, his name can't be on the ballot. Okay, this is the primary ballot, people, in the state of Colorado, which then would relate to, of course, the general election ballot. But the Supreme Court, so for those who don't know, the Supreme Court of Colorado just made the most asinine decision in the history of the United States of America. I kid you not. And that's not hyperbole. There is not a worse decision, because our very existence as a nation is based as a constitutional republic on the fundamental right of us to choose. We're the governed. We have the right to eliminate the governing body through elections. It's just what it is. I got people from Florida, from New England on. All right, good to see you on, Ken. But so this is what election interference looks like. Now I'm going to read you just a couple tweets. We're going to go through this, okay, people. Again, fear not. Fear not. This is not. I told you before, this was going to happen one way or the other. I didn't think the Supreme Court of Colorado would be this stupid. Well, okay, I was wrong. Okay, but that's fine. Call me wrong. But it's going now to the U.S. Supreme Court, which, I said, it doesn't matter who wins, who loses in this case in Colorado. And you have to think about the hubris of Colorado and how this is going to play out. Remember, the case was dismissed in my state of Minnesota, which has a very liberal Supreme Court. Smash that like, if you would, please. We got 365 people on, only 133 likes. I want this to get out to my audience so they can get on. A lot of people are going to be really upset. And, you have to look at the long-term impact of this. The fact is, we always knew it was going to the Supreme Court. And now we have precedent of it being dismissed in Minnesota, being dismissed in Michigan, being dismissed in Oregon, being dismissed in New Hampshire. There's other states too. If you guys can help me out, maybe you can smash in, chat in with the other states. I'm not remembering them all. But this case was so bad that they actually dismissed in Florida. Thank you, John. And they're filing, I think, in New Mexico too. Where else has it been dismissed? Dismissed all over the place. Okay. So that's the thing. I mean, it dismissed all over the place. And that will then be brought up at this case in front of the Supreme Court, that this case was dismissed everywhere. Okay? So when you have one state willing to go rogue like Colorado, where you've had like 10 states that have said, hey, we're just dismissing this. This is out of bounds. It's ridiculous. The Supreme Court is going to look at that. I do believe that Trump wins at the Supreme Court. So I just want you to hold on to your hats here. I don't want you to get too distraught. I'm going to go to these tweets. So breaking, Laura Loomer had tweeted this one out. She said, the Colorado Supreme Court has just disqualified President Trump from being on the GOP primary ballot. This is election interference. In this appeal from a district court proceeding under the Colorado, this is from, so now I'm going to read to you from the court papers, from the record, from the decision. In this appeal from a district court proceeding under the Colorado Election Code, the Supreme Court considers whether former President Donald J. Trump may appear on the Colorado Republican presidential primary ballot in 2024. A majority of the court holds that President Trump is disqualified from holding the office of president under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Because he is disqualified, it would be a wrongful act under the election code for the Colorado Secretary of State to list him as a candidate on the presidential primary ballot. The court stays its ruling until January 4th, 2024, subject to any further appellate proceedings. So this will be appealed directly to the Supreme Court of the United States. Yeah, you know what, Cynthia? I saw your comment. You said, glad I did not move to Colorado. My daughter asked me a little while ago, she said, if you could move to any state, if politics weren't an issue, Daddy, where would you move? And initially I was actually thinking Colorado, but I really got to thinking, you know where I'd move to? Let me ask, can any of you think where I might move to? Georgia State figures. Thanks for, I saw that. George probably let it know. I'll give you George's tweet because it was pretty good. You got to follow Firebrand Media on YouTube too. But where do you think I would move if politics weren't an issue at all? I just want to see if you guys can figure it out in my chat. Where would I, Ruth, where the elk are? Yes, and there are elk in this state. Not Arizona, not Wyoming, not Montana, not Idaho. This could be a shocker to you people. Think, if politics weren't an issue, absolutely one of the most beautiful states in the entire union, but it is completely wrecked by wokeism. There it is. Nunya Biz got it. California. I would move to California. They've got everything out there. They got grizzly bears. They got elk. They got Roosevelt elk and Rocky Mountain elk. They've got desert bighorn sheep. I mean, they've got everything. It's a hunting paradise. Not only that, it's great cattle country. And they got the redwoods. It's a beautiful, beautiful state. I mean, how many of you have been to California? I mean, it's lovely. I mean, but it's just wrecked by the left. Cynthia, that's my point. You say it's too expensive, but it's wrecked by the left. It wouldn't be too expensive if it wasn't wrecked by the left. So now here's another one. Colin Rog, who I follow on Twitter. I do actually, he's a good follow on Twitter if you're on there. By the way, it's X. I know, I'm sorry. Smash the like if you would, please. If you just jumped on, really helps get the stream out. But again, if it weren't an issue, if politics weren't an issue, I'd live in California. But Colin Rog tweeted this out. He said, breaking the Colorado Supreme Court has removed Donald Trump from the Colorado ballot under the 14th Amendment. They are not even trying to hide rigging elections anymore, he said. That's the truth, man. They are not even trying to hide the fact that they're rigging elections anymore. A majority of the court holds that President Trump is disqualified from holding the office of president under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. This is what rigging elections look like, people. Coloradans should be furious. And my friend George is furious. I'll give you George's tweet. George tweeted out, Roy had a great comment earlier. If you guys are watching the chat here, Roy is hilarious. He's very snarky. He's one of my mods. He's got some quick wit to him, but he's like, Georgia State figures. Okay, here's what George tweeted out. He said, I live in Colorado, and I plan to vote for Donald Trump. If his name does not appear on the 2024 primary ballot, I will be suing the entire state of Colorado for violating my rights. I expect a swift reversal of this nonsense ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court. It was a split decision, people, 4-3. It was a 4-3 decision. It's a pathetic. I mean, it's like, right. It was one person. Roy just tweeted. Look at that. He's doing two things at once. No, that was 19 minutes ago. But the thing here, I'm gonna read you one other thing here before I get too sidetracked. I'm kind of frustrated. I'm curious to get your thoughts on this, people. Well, here, I want to ask this question of my audience, and I just want you to chat in. How many of you think this decision will stand? How many of you think the Supreme Court of the United States will uphold this decision to keep Trump off the ballot? How many of you actually think that they will do that? Just say yes or no. Like yes, okay, Agent Orange is no. But yeah, I'm totally with you. No, Rhonda, no. Who else we got on here? California is a foreign country, Deb. Absolutely not, Cynthia Castle says. No. No. I don't have any yeses yet. Come on, does anybody think that he's going to be kept off the ballot? Okay, no effing way. This is actually what somebody said yes. I got two yeses actually came through there really fast. The chat's going real fast. So let's see here. Who said yes? Right here. Kelly said when the primary is over or something. I can't keep track of this, man. It's going so fast. But it's a resounding no. I don't think, no. Yes, I have no faith in the Supreme Court. That's Robert said that. It will be on party lines. That's the thing. This is what's so sad about all of this. I want you to think about this, people. But again, we say that it'll be on party lines. But again, my state of Minnesota, probably the most liberal Supreme Court in the nation, and they weren't even willing to do this. They said case dismissed. They were out on this. And here, Colorado. I mean, I didn't know Colorado. I knew Colorado was bad. Okay, I vacationed in Colorado. I mean, you got your dispensaries all over the place, and it's just Colorado. I mean, now instead of drunk driving accidents, they've got high driving accidents. Anyways, but Colorado's got its issues, but I didn't think, I really didn't think that they would go this far. The lower courts wouldn't even rule this way. So, I mean, it went through, first decision, then appeal, and whatever. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me. But think of all the states that toss this. Okay, again, think of all the states that toss this. That will all be brought to the forefront in the Supreme Court case. That's one of the things that's really going to help Trump out. Okay, in this. I was going to read you this one other thing, and then now it all got covered up with ads. Some of these things are so frustrated. In an unprecedented verdict, the Colorado Supreme Court declared former President Donald Trump constitutionally unfit to appear on Colorado's 2024 presidential ballot. Announced on Tuesday afternoon, the judgment represents the first time a state Supreme Court has directly confronted and decided on the essential debates concerning Trump's qualifications for future office. Grounded in the insurrection clause of the U.S. Constitution, the court concluded that Trump is barred from the presidency under this clause. As a result, the Colorado Secretary of State has been instructed to remove Trump's name from the state's Republican presidential primary ballot. Now, think about that. Trump's never been actually charged with the crime of insurrection. So it's all ridiculous. By the way, check out my sponsor, MyPillow. All right, folks. It's going to get brutal out there. Nobody gives more to election causes than Mike Lindell. I'm serious. I mean, just get some products and get some towels, whatever you need for your house. MyPillow.com, promo code Lumberjack. Okay. President Trump, I believe, might be speaking right now. Let me see if I can pull this up on RSBN. He did make a statement here I want to read to you. Do this one. Again, 4-3 verdict. So now here's from Donald Trump. Here's what Donald Trump had to say. So, no, he is not on yet. He's not on. Okay. He's not on yet. But here's what he said. He truthed this out on Truth Social. So now we have reached a point when the President of the United States, this is Donald Trump saying this, has weaponized the Department of Justice as though we were a third world country. They don't want to run against me and never have. That's the truth, man. They can't win running against him. So this is what they do. This kind of interference. I am leading in the polls by a lot. I could say it like Trump, by a lot. I don't have that down. And based on the results of the failed Biden administration, this will continue. But justice weaponization is a very dirty game to play, and it can have repercussions far greater than anything that Biden or his thugs could understand. They ought to withdraw all of their fake political indictments against their Republican opponent, me, immediately. This is a Pandora's box that works two ways, and it should be closed and tightly sealed right now. Withdraw your political indictments and lawsuits, Joe, before it's too late. People, this is the very thing, speaking of, causing an insurrection or, an uprising. This is the thing that causes it. They have proven that they are willing to weaponize the Justice Department in any way, shape, or form at this point. I mean, that's what they've done. And it's not going to have good results for them in the end. It just won't. But these are turbulent times, and we know that they cannot beat Trump on the ballot. You and I have talked about this. Those of you who are on my show, if you're new to the show, please do subscribe. But there's no way that they can allow Trump to win. So they're going to try every nefarious doing to keep him from winning. And that's going to make this next year a year like no other. There's going to be a lot of economic instability and uncertainty. There will be this is the kind of situation that really can create a mess. So, I would keep people, you do not have to do anything I tell you to. I'm just telling you, I would prep a little, at least be ready for a few months. I mean, And if nothing happens, praise God. Okay. Luke the Drifter, yes, it can be appealed. You must have just jumped on. We've been talking about that. There's a stay issued on the decision. It's being appealed to the Supreme Court of the United States. But I would totally be ready in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just beans and rice, people. I know I've got my Patriot Supply link down below in the description. You can use that if you want to for food. But some people, it's like they don't want to, pay for freeze-dried meat, and that's fine, but at least get some rice and beans or something, okay? You do not have to buy from, my affiliate link down below. That's not my point. My point is just be prepared to a certain extent. If you have a freeze dryer, freeze dry some more food, do whatever. Make sure, look, I've read about, my friend's a banker. He owns two bank groups. I mean, large, regional bank, and Roy has 2 years worth of spam. That's good. But he gave me a book on the stages of economic collapse. It was the writer was in one of these Eastern European Soviet bloc nations, and he the guy basically went through all these things, and there are things in there you just wouldn't even think that would actually be good in a survival situation like that would really have good trading value. Vodka was one of them, and not because, people just needed to get drunk, although some people do that, but vodka as alcohol actually works as a cleaning agent, a disinfectant. It has a lot of uses, so vodka became very valuable. And then also people did want to drown their sorrows in alcohol. People are very addicted to that. Bic lighters was another thing that actually had a lot of value. People needed to start fires, and so just Bic lighters had, either the ones you pull the trigger on, or even just the little ones, had actually a high degree of trade value. Guns and ammo, though, I'm telling you, that's got high value. So, and I heard that actually there's going to be a shortage on ammunition because of a powder shortage they're trying to sell us on now. So that's another thing. I do own gold and silver. You guys know I've got a sponsor, Midas Gold Group, or if you don't know, now you know, MidasGoldGroup.com. You can text Lumberjack to 232-425 to receive free silver with a qualifying order. The phone number is 480-360-3000. Again, that's 480-360-3000. If you just want to call them, if you can either text that 232-425 or just call, or go to the website, just let them know I sent you, and you can get that free silver with a qualifying order. I buy junk silver. I like junk silver. A lot of people like silver rounds. Just something so you can have a basis of trade, whether that's guns, ammo, gold, silver. I have a little bit of all of it. I think it's just important to have around. I don't know what's going to happen this year. I've said that it's going to be kind of turbulent times. I'd love to tell you something different. I don't think that we lose in the end. Okay, you guys know where I'm at. I know I don't lose in the end. With Jesus, you never lose. I mean, that's just the reality. You're gonna win because you've read the last chapter of the book. Okay. And I'm not talking about some weird belief in Jesus. I'm talking about a real belief in Jesus, the real Jesus, the holiness, all of it, that Jesus. Okay. So that's your best friend in time of trouble. And that's your ticket home. Okay. So, yeah, I see a lot of people are just kind of joining along the way, and they're just behind, but a lot of no, again, not a lot of people thought that the Supreme Court would uphold this Colorado court decision. So, do any of you have any questions on this? I might be able to, or might not be able to answer, but I am just curious as to your thoughts on this. So don't worry, be happy. Rob says, look, yeah, but be prepared. I'm serious, people. Be prepared. Again, you do not have to buy anything from any of my sponsors. I mean, I love Midas Gold Group. They kind of keep the show going, even with all the stuff YouTube does to me. But, and I encourage you to buy some. I don't think it's like, oh my gosh, you need to throw all your money into gold and silver. Right now, we're still on a cash basis. Okay. But I would start connecting with people in your area too. Okay. The judge was on weed. Best comment I've seen so far, Frank. Judge was on weed. Actually, 4 judges were on weed, Frank. Just so you know, it was a 4-3 decision. But, yeah, I just tell people, be prepared. Just make sure you're ready for what's coming. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not a prophet, but I can tell you this much: It's going to be a year like nothing else. They cannot let Trump win. The deep state is on his dying gasps, and it is not going to give up easy. Okay, it will not. But yeah, Janelle came in way late too. Just if you came in just now, Trump's been disqualified from the ballot in Colorado, the primary ballot out there for 2024. Now, again, that decision will not just be, it's already on a stay based on appeal to the United States Supreme Court. I believe he wins there. But these people are desperate. They are so desperate. And this doesn't just involve people. This isn't just American politicians that are this desperate. This is a worldwide global hostile takeover that they're trying to perpetuate on us. This is Klaus Schwab and company out of the World Economic Forum. It's the banking cartel of the Rothschilds. It's everything that you, and we are seeing consistently throughout the world right now a waking up of the populace. Okay, Matt Cassoni says he'll be written in and wins anyway. Potentially, yes, on the primary ballot, I believe that could happen. It's going to be much tougher on a general election ballot. Most people on a general election ballot don't, if you're a write-in, you don't win. We got to get Trump to stay on the ballot. So as much as I like the idea of a write-in and just screw him, that kind of thing, it doesn't work as well. We've got to have Trump on the ballot. So people need to just be able to make a simple check mark instead of write a name in. It's just what it is, okay? But it is good news that... we're going to the Supreme Court, people. We always knew it was going to, so fine, here we are. We're going to the Supreme Court. It's about time. Okay? So that's what it is. But I just wanted to, have a discussion with you folks, my fine audience, about this. Again, I tell you to be prepared, whatever that looks like to you, okay? Whatever that looks like to you. But Midas Gold Group, text Lumberjack to 232425 or call them at 480-360-3000. If you want to get some gold or silver, make sure you've got some other supplies, electricity could go out. So make sure you've got a way to cook. Make sure you've got, a way to boil water so you can purify water just through boiling or have a filter, things like that. You can get all that stuff at mypatriotsupply.com or other places. My Patriot Supply is down below. The link is down in the description below. And it's again, like I said, it supports the show. You don't have to get it there. You can get it wherever you want. I'm just telling you, get something. Okay. Jack, thanks so much. I love you as an audience. And I thank you for joining me on this quick live stream, but I'm going to shut her down. I think we covered it. I covered it. I read your comments, which is always fun. So anyways, we'll see you on the next episode. All right. Peace out. Keep the faith. It's not over yet. Smash the like on your way out, please.